Hello and welcome to yet another Learn Sanskrit video. This time we are in lesson 14 and we are doing the first exercise video here. And the first exercise video is typically focused on lesson specific exercises only. So the words we have covered in the lesson itself, in lesson 14, will be those that are used in this exercise. And we have two sheets of exercises, each of which has 6 sentences or groups of sentences. And so we're talking about the A1 sheet and the A2 sheet. And so let's start with the A1 sheet now. Okay, I can first you can, if you want, you can copy down these sentences first yourself on your own sheet of paper, and you can stop the video now. I will hold this for 5 seconds and then I will show the next sheet, A2 sheet, also for 5 seconds. So grab your pen now and stop the video if you want that. And now I'm switching to A2 then. 5 seconds starting now. Alright, so now let's go back to exercise A1, or exercise sheet A1 I should say, and then we'll start with sentence number 1 here. So we have iha birdalaha kadati. So we are transliterating first here. Iha bi da. We have a retroflex D here with a long A. Birdalaha. Birdalaha visarga at the end there, and kadati with a long A. Kadati. Okay. And our eswo, or English with Sanskrit word order, here, and birdalaha is singular, so it's only one cat. The cat, and he is eating, or he eats. And what else? And then we do the real translation, or the usual cleaning up, taking away the hyphens here. The cat. And we remove, as usual, the implicit subject in the verb there, and we just say eats here, because the he there is already specified by being the cat, so we already know we don't need any pronoun in the English here. Alright, so let's do a couple of those there, and then we'll do number 2. Transliteration. Adya. And here is that combine D and ya sound, which we talked about in lesson 14. Okay, and we have something that sounds like kapotaha. We have long a here, which indicates plural, masculine plural. And we also have dhavanti, which also is plural. So adya, so then we do our eswo here today, and the pigeons. Today the pigeons, they are not flying, but what are they doing? They are running. So they all run, or simply they run. You could write that also, but I think this is more explicit because here we indicate that it's not they too run. So it's otherwise it's little. If I just say they run, then maybe I just forgot the two there. They too run, but here it's more explicit that it really is Sanskrit plural, not just English plural, but Sanskrit plural. So it's three and more. Today the pigeons, they all run. Alright, so that means, or we could render this in English as today the pigeons run. Okay, number 3. Do the transliteration first. Whoops. Slipping with my Wacom board here, tablet. Mu, long u, mu, and then we have a retroflex s, mu, she. Cow, typical dual landing there. Au, masculine dual landing. Mu, she, cow, tau. And one more dual landing. And then we have be whoops. Sloppy. This should be a long and this should be a just a point there and nothing else. And we have a long one more, indicating masculine plural, and then we have a te. Okay, so let's see what this means. We have the mushi cow, okay, the two. Let me put this. I think we need a little more space here. Or I'll skip the definite article. We'll save space. Or sorry about that. 2 mouses. They two. And should I do this now? Well, I'll do this now here. So I'm already now indicating here an R here. And a specific syntax here too. So we already here are sort of get the complete English already. But I put the verb here last in the sentence. So the nominal. This is a nominal sentence in an exercise in this sentence 3 here. There are two nominal sentences, and so the first one looks like this, and then so we can do this first here. We have the 2 mouses. They two, and so what I'm doing here now is that I'm indicating on the eswo line that the subject of the sentence is they two, and the noun predicate is this one. Or the complement. Some grammarians call it the complement. But the subject is that word which in English, in an active sentence in English, that would be mentioned first. So the translation then is, so the R here is the thing we have to supply in English in order to get some sense in this sentence. So we have to flip. So because we have syntax 2 of the nominal sentences, which we covered in lesson, let's see, 11. So lesson 11, if you want to read about or see my coverage of nominal sentences or nominal constructions, then you can go there. But the syntax 2 is when we flip the Sanskrit order. So here we have mu, shi, kau, tau, and we understand from this order of the words in Sanskrit, we understand, we are guessing that since we have a pronoun in position 2 here, and the mu, shi, kau is a noun, it's very likely that tau is the subject of the sentence. So we are saying here, okay, this is syntax 2. So therefore in the English rendering we have to do, we have to say they two here, or those two here. I'll pick those two. We do a little refining of it. Those two, and then I could put, let's do this here also, are 2 mouses, or those two are mouses, rather. Let's do that. Cleaner. Let's see. Mouses, okay. analysis. So perhaps from an educational point of view, it would be better to talk about this R here, or and wait with this discussion. I'm not. You can make some comment in the comments here if I should mention this on the eswo line here or not in the future. I'm a little ambivalent here whether I should or not, but at least we're leaving the transliteration line as it is, and we're not indicating here the English word for R in this case. So I think it may have some utility, and the alternative, of course, is to if I do this R2 here on the eswo line, then we could just simply do this in English like that, so it would be cleaner. Or we could skip the R2 on the eswo line and only do it on the last line, on the English line, and we could add it there instead. But so for now, on this here I leave it like that with both of them, and then because the good thing with having, so maybe we can do this in the future, because in the when we go the other way, if I give you a sentence like the last one here, then we sort of start the process the other way around. So, and in that case, then there wouldn't be any R2 on the eswo line. So it would be more consistent. Or maybe we could always do the R2 on the eswo line also, to just indicate that the word order is sort of changed also. Okay, so I leave it like that. Maybe we should do it on the, okay, so it's a little bit of experimentation here to make it nice for you, but I think it's a good idea to keep this number 2 here all the way down, and in that case, so we get consistency between the Devanagari to English and the English to Devanagari exercises. Okay, so enough said about that. Okay, number 4 then. Let's go on here with transliteration here. Adhuna, long A there at the end, and a long U sound, mushi. Gaha. Oh, wow. I almost forgot to. I have to continue. We were not finished. We have a birdalaha te also here. So I'll do the eswo line for the cat, or the cats in this case. So let's see. We have the cats, or just the cats maybe. Yeah, we are just yeah, I think you don't need any cats. and te, that is of course the, or not of course, but it is the plural, or the masculine pronoun that fits with the third person here. Cats, they all are, or they are, just to be concise here. We have little space here on the last line, so cats, they are, okay? Oh no, I'm sorry, wrong. We should not do it like that. They all, that's what I did. They all, and then we should do the R as a separate word, with also with the two here. They all are. Okay, and so those guys, so they all, those all are, I'll be consistent here, those all are cats. Oh, cats. Those are cats. Alright, so now we continue on number 4. Mushikaha dhavanti. Like that. So now, our eswo line here now, the mouses, the many mouses, all the mouses, dhavanti, what are they doing? They all run. So it's a Sanskrit plural there, okay? And rendering it like this now, the mouses run. That, and of course we are skipping that. We're skipping that when we are doing the final rendering. That's what I'm saying. But it's good for educational purposes here to just indicate that this is a third person plural form of the verb. So, all right. So number 5. So mushikaha tau kapu tau. Okay. So he, so our eswo, he, a mouse, or the mouse. But since we have a nominal construction here, a nominal sentence. We have two nominal sentences on this line here, and since we have that, and since we have also a singular form here, I think it's proper to go for an indefinite article here in this case. And then we indicate here also that in this nominal sentence we have the pronoun to the left here, and that indicates, to me at least, that this is the subject, and then you have the complement here. So then this is a sort of like a if we were to have an asti here at the end, then we would not have to flip the word order here at all. So sometimes you'll see a sentence like this: he a mouse is, and then we have, so this is syntax 1 then. And then we have the other one. So they two pigeons. Two pigeons. And then we have to okay, R. Just I put R here and the 1. All right, and so if we are, yeah, okay, let's just do it like that, and then we do the rendering. He is a mouse. Oh, maybe it's too tight there. So if we are going to be consistent here, he is a mouse, and those two are, I'm going down here on the line, are 1 pigeons, those two are pigeons. Here the translation, of course, in the English, you may want to say, it depends on whether the sex of the mouse is important or not, or whether you want to say it for some other reason, but you may want to use it here instead. But it's good to know that there is in Sanskrit, sometimes at least, there is an indication of the gender of the animals. So you may find a mouse with a feminine ending, muzhika. I think that would be in this case, with a long a without the visarga, right? So that would indicate then a she mouse instead of a he mouse. So we may want to think about that, whether we should use the sort of the default English translation, he, or whether we should call it like a more non-individual it, some so that well, but that's ultimately, of course, it depends on what you want to convey. If you want to make it easy to read in English also, and all that. Okay, and then let's go for the sixth one here on this first A1 sheet. Iha vidala. Oh, it's a long ah here, two long ahs. Vidala ka tanti. And iha is here. And we have many cats, the many cats. And they all eat. They all eat. So it's plural. So, and then we just do the here. The cats eat. And as usual, because the subject, the implicit subject in the verb is specified, being the cats, the noun, the cats. Alright, so that's the first sheet then, and let's go on to the A2 version here, where we are still on the lesson specific exercises, which are the A sheets, but now it's from the English to Sanskrit. So we are having our eswo line here. First there, and we are put another sheet up here on my desk. Today the pigeons eat. Okay, so let's do the Sanskrit word order here then. Today, and in this case it's the same as in English, but we group the words to indicate that they are one word in Sanskrit, and they all eat. That, and the transliteration would be today then is adya, and a pigeon is kapotaha, but now we have the many pigeons, and not just the two either, so kapotaha, we have many of them. And they are eating, so we want kadati, but it's many of them, right? So we have to kadanti instead, like that. And now we just try to write it a little nicely in adya. Well, it's not optimal, but I think it works. Adya. And then kapotaha. The long A there. Kapotaha. And a long A here, ka, and we have a dental D, and we have an NTI ending here, there, kadanti. End of sentence. Adya kapotaha kadanti. Okay, today the pigeons eat. All right. Number 2. They too are cats. And here we see that we don't want to supply a verb, which is indicated by the parentheses, and the syntax we are going to use. So since we are not going to supply a verb, that means nominal sentence or nominal construction. And the way we are going to do it is indicated by the numbers. So then we have number 1, which is a straight non-flipped version. So in eswo then we are going to do, so we're not flipping them, we're just lining them up as they already are. They too, but we're adding the hyphens. They too cats, and then we just put that on the end there. But that will disappear in the transliteration line. Okay, so they too are cats, but actually I want to redo this because this is not specified enough. So I'll erase this one and I'll be expanding here. Sorry about this, it wasn't planned. I just my manuscript, I forgot to mention it in my manuscript here, so they too, so we have to know at this point in time that cats is a masculine noun in Sanskrit. Otherwise we can't really do this. So because, well, we need to, it needs to correspond, so they too must correspond to the grammatical gender of the word cats. So they too they too cats are 1, like that. And now it becomes simple, because the dual here of they too, of they too is tau, the masculine version of they too. Otherwise it would have been te, if it either feminine or neuter, but now it's tau. And then we need just the word for cats, and the cat is a birdalaha. But now we don't want it, and we want oh right, I think I even want to, okay, they are two bidala lao, right? Tau bidalao, and we skip that there. But here I want to say here, I'm just going to add this above here, but this should be 2 hyphen cats. They 2 2 hyphen cats, because when we do this translation here, we need to know that this should be dual, so I have to specify that. And this is of course natural, that when the pronoun is already dual, then the cats also should be dual. But I want that specified on the eswo line already, that we're talking about 2 cats, not just cats. Okay, good. Tau birdalaho. Okay, good. And then we are just actually writing it up. Oh, oops. We are doing the Devanagari, and of course it may not be so very simple if you aren't already perfectly comfortable with the Devanagari. So, but I think with more practice, you'll be more at ease with forming these letters. It's just like most things, that it's just practice. So you shouldn't be worried about screwing up. It's a natural process. We're birda lao. Okay, and we do the la and the la and the ow, like that. Whoops, I have to hold the whole line. Tau birda lao. Okay, and end there. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And number 3. Here the mouses run, but we also see here that the word here has an index 2 here, which indicates that I want the second alternative of the word here in Sanskrit, and the first one was atra, and the second one, which was new then to this lesson, is iha. Here the mouses run. So that's what I'm. So and this in the future we can have this with other words, and this is I think a good reminder also that there is that we're sort of lining up the different alternatives, and we know how to address them. So if I as a teacher requires here number 4 or number 3 instead, then you have to supply exactly that version, and not supply the atra or iha. because it may be some special situation where we can use here 3 instead of here number 1, or and like that. So but if that's the case, then I'll say it in the lesson. But I think it's nice to be able to address a particular translation here. Okay, so now we do the eswo line here. And the word order is the same. So we have the adverb first before the subject, and then comes the verb last. They all run, or they run. Okay, and so here too then is iha. Then maybe I should follow this also here down here. Okay, maybe I should do that. Yeah, I think that's a good practice. Similar to the practice up here in number 2, when we are keeping the R, we're going down there. So okay. Iha, not atra. Here iha, the mouses. So this is all the mouses, the many mouses. Mushi. Here comes the long ah to indicate the plural. Mushikaha. And we have, of course, dhavanti here. Dhavati. Dhavati, but in plural. Dhavanti. Plural, third person plural. And is of course present tense, indicative also. So, but that's all the verbs so far has been that, so we're not talking so much about that. And we just do our I, ha, long oo there, and we have she. Kaha. And dha wanti. Okay, number 3 seems to be all right. Okay, we have it is a pigeon. They two are mouses. So here again, when we are putting the verb in parentheses, we are indicating a nominal construction, nominal sentence. So, and with the number 2 here, we see that it's the syntax 2 of a nominal sentence, which means that the subject and the complement, or the noun predicate, will have to be, if we call this a complement, well, we can do that. They have to switch position. Alright, so we do our eswo line here, eswo. So then we are rearranging them. We'll have to say a pigeon, and then we also have to indicate another thing. Okay, so we put the subject after it, but the problem is that I don't want that on this line. I want to say he here to indicate saha. It's a the masculine, because pigeon is masculine. The word for the pronoun must be corresponding to that. So the word it in English up here on the first line is not necessarily the same, the one to be used for. So we're not talking about tat here in Sanskrit. We're talking about saha. So we have to do this conversion. We can do this nicely here on the eswo line to sort of line up the masculine grammatical gender with for the noun to the left and for the pronoun to the right. So he indicates that I want a saha in the transliteration. And then we can take down the is here also to indicate so the nominal sentence ends at he, but we're just adding the is to here just to clarify. Okay, and then we are doing the same thing here with the order of the mouses up here. So it's also a nominal sentence, and so we're switching. But now the mouses, they have to be specified as two mouses. Two mouses. And they too. And then we also have to do the specification here that they are masculine. They too am. And then we just are two there. And now for the transliteration, a pigeon kapotaha. It's just one singular lonely pigeon kapotaha. Kapotaha saha. And now we skip that is there at all. And then we do the two mouses. Moo, she, go. And they too M is tau. We know that. And that should be done there, and then we just write this up in Sanskrit, or in Devanagari, I mean. Because transliteration is also Sanskrit, so it's not. There's no difference there. Saha, mu, she, cow, tau. like that. Okay, so now let's do number 5 here. Here the cats eat. And once more, when we have the English word here, we specify the exact alternative in Sanskrit translation then. So here number 1 indicates atra. And of course we could also have the situation here where I don't have anything at all. I just say here, and then that may mean that you can use whichever alternative in Sanskrit you want. But I think it's more demanding from the sort of the student's perspective to have a particular alternative, so that you don't always take the same alternative when you see the word here. So we get variety, and we sort of get that into our system. So here, number 1, we should, but still we have to do our eswo first here. Here we do the grouping. The cats eat, and they all eat, because it's plural. Okay, here number 1, here variant 1. And so we know that here number 1 is atra, and then the cats are a cat is a be da, is a retroflex, be da laha. That's one cat, but that we shouldn't do now. We should do the be da laha, because they are many. And they all eat. So we use eating is kadati, but it's plural, so kadanti. Like that, and then we just do our atra, and then be dalaha, laha, sorry, plural, vidalaha. And long a, ka, dental d, and we have that, ka danti. Okay, good. And then number 6, now the 2 pigeons run. And as usual, we have now, the adverb, starting the sentence, and we have the 2 pigeons as one word here, and they too run. And now is aduna. There's a long ending a there, aduna. Kapotau. One is kapotaha, but 2, that's kapotau. And now they doing some running, dhavati, but we use the dhavataha, we use the dual form because they are two. Okay, and we render this up here. Na na ka po tau da what the okay, I think that looks pretty good. And then end of sentence also. Okay, so that's exercise video number 1 for lesson 14, and I hope to see you in the next exercise video. Have a great day, and see you later. Bye bye.